Hello, hello. We are back. What's today? Wednesday, Tuesday? I don't even know what the dates are. Oh my goodness. But whatever the date is, we're back. I think what's today? I'm not even sure. Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I call it Testimony Tuesday because this is the day that I like to highlight and feature different people that have had experiences as it relates to working with myself and my husband in what it is we have going on, which you're going to hear about in a second. So before we get rolling, I want to give people a chance to get on. Hello, I see somebody on there right now. I'm going to go ahead and create me also a watch party. So that way you can hear and see what is going on. Hello, come on in. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm excited. I have a great testimonial that you're going to hear about in a second. You're going to hear from a woman who is just doing some amazing things, who have done some amazing things in her time and still moving and shaking like it was the beginning. And she's so excited. She does it so gracefully. So I cannot wait for you to meet our special guest today. So go ahead and create your watch party. You want to definitely tag, share, like, and invite on here because you don't want to miss the information that's getting ready to be shared. Hello, CEO Mac. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be getting started shortly. I'm going to make sure I'm all set up as well on my side. So give me a second so I can do that. And I'm going to do me a watch party as well to make sure my guests are able to see what is going on. Shaking like it was the beginning. And she's so, there we go. All right. Watch party is on my end. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get rolling. Just continue to add, share, like, and invite. I'm going to give our guest a chance to get her watch party going as well behind the scenes. She is backstage in the studio waiting to come up and address all of you. So hope you're doing good today. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. I know I am. And it's only 1:17. I'm here on the East Coast. And there's still so much to do later on. We have a huge week ahead of us. Things that are happening, people's lives that are changing, mindsets are changing, bank accounts are changing, despite all of what's going on around us. And by far, we give our grace and our peace and our love and our condolences to anybody that is going through in a hard way, that is feeling the effects of this pandemic. Just know that better days are coming. And yes, there's a lot of sadness going on, but there's so much more goodness that's happening too that unfortunately the news does not highlight. So, you got to be the change. So that's my motto. Nothing changes. If nothing changes, you have to be the change. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and be the change and come on here with good information and good news to kind of supersede the bad stuff that is being portrayed all across the world. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I see we have some more viewers tuning in. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. You are on the Mommy Jugglers platform. My name is Jatasha Harris. I am AKA the Mommy Juggler. I'm the founder and CEO of a women's empowerment company, and that is what's called the Mommy Juggler. That's what you hear. You may see it up on the screen on the logo, the lady juggling. That literally is the representation of not just myself, but so many other women who are moms, who are like moms, who are super moms, who are step moms, who are um, um, god moms, and all kind of moms you can think of. And you may not be a biological mom, but you may be overseeing or guiding or supporting or mentoring or motivating other women that you're connected to, and children that you may be connected to. And so that symbol there, that lady, represents the juggle, right, that we all are going through. And my goal and my job with our women's empowerment company is to make sure that we are giving women support and resources that are helping them in the juggle, right? They're taking care of everything and everyone else, but forgetting to take care of themselves. And so that's what I have been blessed to be able to learn how to balance. So I'm just teaching exactly what I learned, making life easier by providing opportunities, resources to women and men, because we do definitely have men on our platform. As well. Men are dads. They have wives. They have significant others. They have children. They have girls. They're girl dads, all of that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. My name is Jatasha Harris, as I said, founder and CEO of the Mommy Juggler Women's Empowerment Company. My husband and I are pastors as well of an online church called I Am on Purpose Global Church. And my husband is a detective with the police department. So we're already busy and have a lot going on, which we love. On top of that, we've been blessed to have 3 children. We have an 11-year-old, we have a 9-year-old, and a 4-year-old who keep us going and growing and busy and on our toes, keep us sharp. And we absolutely love it. But that all wasn't always the case. I shared before, if you may have heard my story, I come from a background working in corporate America. Went and got the degree, the good job, the education, all that stuff. Even went to the military and served for 8 years. But I found myself not happy and not feeling like I was fulfilling, my purpose. About 6 years ago, the Lord spoke to me directly and told me to walk away from my job. Now, at that time, I was working a job, making a 6-figure income. I had been just in the process of building a home. We had built it, moved down to North Carolina, went from working in a building to be able to work from home. And that's when the Lord told me to walk away. It didn't make sense. My husband thought I was crazy, but he also, always knew that I'm never going to put us in a bad situation. I never would do that intentionally. Right. And so he said, all right, if you heard the Lord say that to you, let's just go ahead and let's do it. Let's make it happen. And we did. I thought things was going to explode and, my regular traditional business was going to exceed my income I was making from work. Well, that wasn't the case. We found ourselves dipping into our savings, then turning around and dipping into our 401k account. Then turning around, having my husband have to work his regular shift plus 120 hours on top of his regular shift. So his back was hurting, the kids was crying, I was stressed. It was a mess. However, I said, I have to stay the course. I read about other people, other men and women who, were going through these things in the past and they just continue to stay the course. And the next thing you know, explosions happen. The thing that they were supposed to do actually manifested in a huge way, but there were some things they had to learn along the way. Well, the 5 years of not having any major success, that was our along the way. We had to learn and unlearn some things that we have learned all of our life that weren't serving us or wasn't serving our family or people connected to us. But again, somebody has to stop and break the cycle. Well, I'm glad I raised my hand and I was willing to say, yes, Lord, I will follow whatever it is that you want me to do. So for 5 years, it was tough, but we did not give up. I'm grateful for those people who went ahead of us that I read stories and continue to personally develop and spiritually develop, did all of that. And then boom, 18 months ago was introduced to an opportunity that has literally changed not only our lives, but also people that we are connected to. And again, I'm grateful that I stayed the course because had I just given up, had I went back to doing the old things, I would have missed this opportunity. I would have missed this movement because I've already missed so many other movements that have came and gone. A lot of us have. So here we are 18 months ago. A gentleman reached out to me on LinkedIn and asked me, would I take a look at something that can empower people? I said, yes. It changed my life. I shared it with my husband. He was like, babe, if this is real, this is going to change our life. And sure enough, we decided to jumped all in and have been utilizing this program, the benefits attached to it, and then being able to help other people do that as well. Well, today you're going to hear about one of the people who also said yes in result of us saying yes. And now she is actually seeing the impact. But I want her to come up and share a little bit about her background and then fast forward us up to right now and why she even said yes at this time of her life, a time where she's supposed to be sitting back and putting her feet up. But one, that's not who she is. So even if that was the case, she wouldn't probably do it anyway. But because she has finally found something that she's been looking for, I'm sure all of her life as well, just never seen or knew that it existed. Now that she knows about it, she's like, I got work to do because she's a person who wants to reach back and teach others, each one teach one, and also push and pull others ahead. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring up to the line one of my dearest friends. She's one of my cheerleaders, has been supportive and supporting me and rocking with myself before I had babies, before I got married, for over 14 years. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to be continuously working with her now back here on this platform. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up to the front stage here, Honorable Miss Carolyn McLaughlin. I'm going to bring up to the line. Carolyn, are you there? She's one of my cheerleaders, has been supportive and supporting me. And Carolyn, we can't see you. We can hear your screen. Before I got married for over 14 years. And it's such an honor and pleasure to be continuously working with her now back here. I don't think she can see us. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up to the front stage. She has it on there. Honorable Miss. All right, we're going to go ahead and give her a minute to get her screen together. Let me go ahead and have her come back on in. Give me 1 second. All right, she'll be back up with us in a second. But yes, I cannot wait for you to hear her story. I cannot wait for you to hear what it is that made her say yes. As I said, she could have been saying and doing so many other things right now. And even what she's doing right now, she just recently retired. And you're going to hear about that in a second. But she just couldn't sit back because there's still so much work to do. And she said, as long as I got life, right, in my bones and I have breath, I'm going to go ahead and continue to get up, put my clothes on, get dressed. And even during this pandemic, you should see her every day. She's posting stuff and she's looking like a diva. So looking very, very beautiful. And I cannot wait for you to meet her. So we're going to give her a few more seconds to come back on up to the line. There she is. All right, Carolyn McLaughlin. There she is.
I'm sorry.
That is okay. That is okay. I figured something happened. Good afternoon. Good to have you here.
Good afternoon. Thank you so
Can you
much
see?
for inviting me.
Of
Yes.
course, of course. You can see me and hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I was just introducing you, letting the people know about who you are a little bit because I didn't want to steal your thunder. But if you can go ahead and share with them just a little bit about who you are, just your background, and then bring us up to a fast forward, not even what, a month ago that you decided to partner up with us here in MWR. So the floor is yours.
Well, I'm a retired New York State public servant who has, spent a lot of time doing public service work, working on behalf of the community. In addition to being a public servant for the state of New York, I am a county legislator in Albany County, New York, representing the first district. Some work that I'm very proud of. My community service is something that has really motivated me for the last 30 years of my life. And I believe I'm called to service. I've always believed that. So when I thought I retired in 2016, it really wasn't true. I sat down for maybe about 18 months and then I decided there's more for me to do. So, but not only more for me to do as a public servant, as a politician, but I still believe that there's more for me in life in terms of showing people a better way. And also maybe there's more things that I want to get out of life too. At the same time as helping somebody else, I want to enjoy myself. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And so I was looking for ways to do that. And I've got, I don't know, maybe if I keep counting, I've got probably upwards of 50 nieces and nephews, great nieces, great nieces and nephews, those kinds of things. And I want to be a good auntie. And I want to help them establish themselves and do what they have to do to have good lives. So I enjoy the retired life. I really do. I really do. I worked hard for it, but as I said, there's more to be done. And then this opportunity came in front of me. While I do other volunteer work, I volunteer with senior citizens, senior residents of nursing homes, and which is so important, particularly right now. Um, but I like to have fun too. I like to travel. I like to read, and I like to watch movies. But at the same time, there's just so much more out there. And if I'm going to tell somebody else about it, I got to enjoy some of that too. So I think this is an opportunity with MWR is an opportunity to get some more of that excitement and share it with other people.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you do it so gracefully, Carolyn. You look amazing. You really do. You look way younger than when you were working. And I guess maybe just getting up and going to work and all of that stuff may, can take a toll sometimes on somebody, but I can tell you are fully enjoying life. You look like joy, and so you look beautiful, by the way, your necklace and you got your
Oh,
matching
thank
hat
you.
and your glasses and all of that stuff.
I'm
Yes, if
blessed.
y'all
I'm blessed.
You are. I'm telling you, if you guys go to Carolyn's timeline on her page on Facebook, you will see all the beautiful. I mean, she has a gallery full of pictures, beautiful jewelry, beautiful clothing, matching pieces. I mean, absolutely always. Anytime she goes to any event, she's always decked out. Love watching her and seeing her
Thank
journey.
you.
Oh,
Thank
you're welcome. Yes, yes, of course. So now tell us, okay, so I contacted you, or actually, no, you saw a video that I was doing, a Facebook Live one night. And I remember this night because I was actually on my way to the movies with my children. And I did a live sharing the information that caught your attention. So what was it that caught your attention that you heard me share on the live?
Well, the services that you talked about in terms of getting a pay raise, reestablishing your credit, and an opportunity to find a way that personal bank was another thing that caught my ear. And you had called me or sent me something a few months ago, and I guess the timing just wasn't right. I wasn't ready. And that night, I was streaming through, and I saw your presentation, and I said, "Let me stop and listen to this." And I said, "God, this sounds like something that I could benefit from, and then something that I could share, particularly in this time, because this has been about a month ago. We're just at the beginning of the pandemic and quarantine, and I said, let me see what I can do with this." And so I started studying it at that time, really just for myself. But you convinced me that if I were going to think about this for other people, why not just go into the business? And that's why I went to the next level. Rather than just getting the services, I said, why don't I just try to get in the business? Because I told my brother I wanted to buy some rental property. And then I said, I don't know if I want to do that because, it's just me who's going to be the handyman and all that. So I said, where else could you buy a business for $228? And so I said, all right, make that investment in yourself and let's see
Right.
where it goes. Now, I've never been a salesperson, although sometimes people say a politician is a salesperson, but I'm selling something different. And so I decided, took me a while. The first couple of weeks, I was like, I don't know, is this, right for me? But, I said, nope, I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to say I can't do this. It's going to take me a little longer. As you say, if you look around, it'll slow you down. So I just started looking at myself and say, go at your own pace and just keep praying about it. And if the services are working for me, I got a pay raise. From my
Woo!
job that I have as a county legislator, I got a pay raise. So I filled out the forms. It works. This is real, is the point I'm trying to make. And then I went in and completed the information about restoring, paying down my debt. Immediately got a plan for paying down bills. And said, where people did all the work for me, and then went in and looked at. I'm watching now. I haven't put this out yet. Watching my credit score go up. I went in and it's like a game. Let's go in here and look. Where is it today? That's and if, they'll give you strategies for if you wanted to go up 5 points today, 20 points, and just watch it grow on a weekly basis. And now that I'm watching that, it's like watching the stock market, watching your own credit score go up. So the goal is to get to 800. The maximum is 850. So why not make it a goal of getting to 800? That's something that you can do. And MWR, the services, give you the strategies to make that happen. So that in turn, then you will have some money to invest in your own private bank. I must confess, I lost a lot of money in the last 6 weeks with the stock market. Now, here I am trying to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen to me again. Give me another vehicle for saving my money, for investing my money, where it's going to be safe and it's going to grow and I don't risk losing it. And should I need it for something, I can borrow my own money, pay myself back, and continue to gain interest at a level of all the money I have in the account. If I have $50,000 in there, I want to borrow 25. I still gain interest as though I have 50. Where can you find a game like that? Where
Woo!
can you find a strategy like that? So I'm just telling you, people,
Yes.
$228, it's an investment in you. I know many people are uncertain right now about their future. Maybe you've lost your job, but that stimulus check you got for $1,200, take $228 of that and invest in a business, you know three people who know three people who know three people. And that's the way I'm looking at it. I got to find those three people who feel the same way that I do about their future, not just their future, but their family's future, their children's future. That's the way I'm looking at it, Jatasha. And every day I got to wake up feeling excited about it, because there's enough around me to discourage me if I let it. But I've
That's
chosen
right.
not to let it. I know I went on, but
Woo!
that's me. That's a politician. That's what we do. We can talk.
You hit everything. Listen, she already done did the opening. She did the sermonic praise. She did the word. She did the benediction. Okay. All we got to do now is pass the offering plate. So everybody go ahead and pass the plate. But it's so true. Oh my goodness. Like you said, I mean, the parts of this program. So the company she's talking about, for those of you who kind of missed it, it's called MWR Financial. So MWR Financial is America's leading financial strategies company that's happening right now. So what Carolyn did was she plugged in, like my husband and I did, into the services, and she utilized the whole program. And just there's only 4 core services, getting that pay increase because she still gets a check as a politician, as she said. Then she went and started the credit part. So now her credit score is rising. Then she went and eliminated debt. She already paid off some debt, and then she's becoming her own private bank. She's in the process of getting that started. So there's 4 steps, but those first 3 steps that I went through is giving Carolyn extra cash flow so she can take that money and put it into her private bank so she won't lose again. That's the power in
Exactly.
that. So Carolyn heard, right, she heard that in the presentation, but then she heard the part that said, one, she needs a business in order to take advantage of the tax laws. But she also said, wait, I know other people, by sharing, by educating, because we don't beg or convince, but just educating people, she can change her life, help them change their life, and get
Yes.
paid
Yes.
an additional stream of income for doing so. So then Carolyn didn't keep it to herself. She instantly shared, and then she had partners who said, yes, I want to go ahead and join. And now she has a team growing. And then she's one of the first really major ambassadors in that area that's really on the ground, running, moving and shaking. We have a few other people too as well that have plugged in. But Carolyn is now becoming the face of that area. So I'm telling you, if you have not heard about this program yet, or you want to learn more, well, first of all, let me say this. You may not even be interested, and we understand that too, and that's okay. We just say thank you for taking a listen, but just get back to her and let her know, or at least share it with somebody else, and then that way she can let them know what it is that we're doing. But two, you might want those services. You want that private bank, you want your credit restored, you want debt eliminated, and you also want that pay increase. If that's what you get to Carolyn and let her know, you're interested in this, or whoever invited you to watch this, let them know you're interested. And they'll go ahead and get you started with the services. But you may be that person who says, not only do I want the services, but I
Yes.
want to go ahead
Yes.
and lock
Yes.
arms with Carolyn or whoever invited you onto watching this. Lock arms and go ahead and be the change of this move, of be the change, period. Because we already know nothing changes if nothing changes.
That's right.
Somebody has to break the cycle. Somebody has to say, I'm going to step up and be the person to lead this movement in this area and beyond, or for my family and beyond. That's what Carolyn is doing. That's what my husband and I are doing. So many others are doing that as well. So the bottled water movement, the Amazon, the Google movement, all those movements, right, Carolyn?
You
We
missed
missed
them.
those movements. The Walmarts, the all of those big companies that came in and now started from the basement with an idea. They now are million and billion-dollar companies. But this is an opportunity to be a part of something huge, big, recession-proof. As we can see, we are growing even during this pandemic. People who have been affected by the stock market, people on Wall Street who
Yeah.
thought that was going to, last them forever and ever, are
Yes.
now and finding themselves stuck, don't know what to do. Well, we have an opportunity. We have something here. So, Carolyn, I thank you. I want to definitely open it up and give you any last words you want to share with anybody who's watching, who might be retired, who may feel like they're too old, may feel like their time is over. What would you say? Or even to the young millennials that's coming up, what would you say to them?
This is the place for you. I believe that if you ever want to test the waters for starting your own business, because I know a lot of millennials, that's your thing. You're entrepreneurs. You have that spirit in you that a lot of other age groups don't have. But this is the place for you to start. Test the waters here. And you will get, I just want to add, you will get all the support you need to be successful. Jatasha and the team that we are all attached to, they are there to give you all the support you need, the technical assistance, the educational materials. You're not alone. You're not doing
Mhm.
this alone. You have, at this point, a few thousand people out there who want to help make sure you succeed. And that's what I'm dependent upon. And I want to also become that person in the capital region or wherever throughout the country that we are connected, to help someone say, make the right decision. This is for you. I just want you to know you are worth the investment into NWR. You really are.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that again. Get back with the person that invited you if you want to hear more information. We do get paid 10 different ways here in this
Ah,
company. It's amazing. My husband and I, in 18 months, have been able to almost triple his income. So you heard my story earlier. We went from not having to being able to now triple his almost triple his income. And he does no longer work those 120 hours. He's now down to basically zero. And so that's a blessing in itself. The kids are excited. Nobody's crying no more. We're all smiling all the time. And we're just getting started. So get back with whoever invited you on here and let them know where you stand. But thank you so much for our time. Tune back in with us because we're going to be doing more testimonies throughout the week. This Thursday, we're going to be having a full day, 8 hours worth of
yes.
testimonies. So you want to plug in to hear all the different stories from people beyond, all across the world, who are just plugging in and utilizing this program as well. Again, that is our time. Thank you
Thank you.
again from Raleigh, North Carolina. We have Honorable Carolyn McLaughlin tuning in from Albany, New York, and
Thank
everybody
you.
else who's watching us on the live. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you. We'll see you over the top. Why, Carolyn? Because the what?
The bottom is way too crowded.
Way too crowded. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.
You too. Love you.